about ready to get underway, so let's go now to Houston with Kevin Harlan. We'll see you next time.
And now the Golden State Warriors starters. Curry and Thompson, the splash brothers in the back. Down low, it's Green and Bogut, and it's Barnes, and it's the small forward. And for Houston, Terrence Jones is down low with Howard. Harden and Ariza out on the perimeter, and it's Lawson in at the point.
Boy, I tell you, the Warriors did something that no other team had ever done before. They ended the regular season ranked first in field goal percentage and field goal percentage defense. Essentially, they were the best offensive and defensive team in the league. Remarkable.
Welcome, everyone. Let's get ready for some NBA basketball on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan with Greg Anthony and Clark Kellogg and our sideline reporter, Doris Burke. Now a chance to check out tonight's starting lineups. And, guys, what do you think we'll be seeing from Stephen Curry in this one?
And the other thing about him, his hand. A terrific asset of his. Very quick and strong. As a ball handler, he's the last guy you want defending.
Well, it was the Golden State Warriors winning their last game against the New Orleans Pelicans.
They just weren't challenged. I mean, nearly as much as they should have been in that game, at least when they had the ball.
Yeah, it was a mismatch. I mean, the defense from the start was on its heels practically the entire game.
Last season for the Warriors really dominated from beginning to end to lead the league and Greg, both offensive and defensive efficiency.
And Kevin, a lot of people knew the Warriors were good at offense. I mean, but they've been equally as good defensively over the past few seasons, kind of flying under the radar for whatever reason. Not the case going forward.
And both free throws good for James Harden. Guys, I'm not sure there's a better star player who's a better fit for his team's philosophy than James Harden. He reflects the Rocket system perfectly.
I don't think you're wrong on that, Kevin. I mean, the Rockets, an analytically minded team. They love layups, free throws, and threes. Harden can get all of those done.
Here's Lawson. Harden outside. Outside for Lawson. Ariza. That is in there. Lawson with the assist. Ariza's got his first 3 points of the game.
And Harden, either intentionally or not, is really the poster child for a new era of analytics that's starting to drive basketball. I mean, he generates a lot of points, but most importantly, he does it with tremendous efficiency, in part because he lives at the free throw line.
Now let's send it over to Doris Burke, who was able to talk with Kevin McHale.
One player that he's talked to his guys a lot about is Stephen Curry. He said Curry's one of the premier shooters in the game, and he's got that quick trigger. We really have to be tight to him, get physical, and try to get him on his heels as much as possible. Guys, Curry is an excellent free throw shooter. We'll see if they can do that without fouling him.
And thank you for that, Doris.
And, you know, for the Rockets, acquiring James Harden might be the trade of the decade. You look at what they gave up, and it's hard to argue that they didn't win that transaction in a big way.
Now here's Lawson, and it's slammed in by Howard.
Incredible timing on the alley-oop.
He absolutely hammered it down.
And guys, mark that play right there, because that could be the one that leads to a surge to break this thing wide open.
Here's Thompson following the basket by Dwight Howard. Thompson against Harden. And Thompson kicks to Barnes. 6 to shoot. Outside Curry. Releases. The shot no good. And it's Houston the other way. Fresh from a win against the Nuggets.
Proficient in that game at the offensive end of the floor. I mean, their passing was dynamic and their shot selection was superb.
You do those two things hand in hand, Greg, you know the result. You move the ball like they did and take smart, good shots, you're coming away with a lot of wins.
Warriors trail by 4. Green with a screen on Harden. The drive by Thompson. Bogut sets a screen for Thompson. And Jones sends it back. And it's the Rockets on the break. Lawson's got the ball. Ariza with the bucket.
They're off and running. Good start here. They've knocked down 4 of their first 5.
Warriors have gone 2 of 5 here, making 40% so far to start out the game.
And the Rockets have lost out on some free agent wars the past few years. They have remained competitive, but you wonder what could have been if they landed or kept some of those big names.
And the pass to Curry. From the top of the key, he buries it. Curry's got his second basket. And we're just over 3.5 minutes into the first quarter. And with the Rockets, it's no secret that they take a very analytical approach to team building. Greg, you and I have talked about that. And Clark, you wonder if that hurts them in free agency.
Well, when your front office makes no qualms about viewing players as simply just assets, it can be a hard sell to a free agent.
And I like the fact that the defense is looking to protect the rim at all costs.
Definitely saves a layup with that foul, and he'll make him earn them from the line, and that's what you want to see.
That one is off. What a year for the Warriors. Clark won their division for the first time in 39 years, ran away with the very tough Western Conference.
And there were a number of surprises last season, Kevin, but the Warriors were at the top of the list. I mean, I don't think anybody, including you and I, pegged them to be as good as they were.
Especially the way the finals began.
Exactly.
Catching up on the changes for Golden State, Spates checked in for Bogut, and Looney subbed in for Draymond Green. And he's good on the second.
And the Warriors won 51 games back in 2014, improved that mark by 16 wins last season. Among teams that won at least 50 games in the previous year, that 16-game improvement was an NBA record for the Warriors.
Here's Beverly. 1:49 left to play in the first. Ariza goes in. Beverly nailed from three-point land. Beverly's got himself on the board with 3 there.
It goes without saying the Warriors set franchise records all over the place with their play. Their win total being the highest ever, but also of note was it was the first time they've won 50 games in back-to-back seasons. They seem to truly have arrived as a top-notch franchise in this current state of the NBA. That is a pretty finish. Defense did all they could there, but he just out-willed them.
The Warriors shooting their first free throw of the night.
Yeah, and fairly decent a season ago, about 77% from the line.
And you can't take those numbers lightly, fellas. I mean, their free throw shooting made a difference for them in a lot of their games last season.
And Maurice Spates last season with the best year of his career. I mean, he shot the cover off the ball and did a nice job on the boards as well.
Now here's Beverly. Dishes it to Decker. Pass to Brewer. Takes it off the glass.
You know, they've scored several times already here in the first quarter down low. I like that.
It's like a running game in football. When you can pound the basketball inside, it also allows you to control the team's transition.
Here's Barbosa. Following the score by Houston. Good on the shot.
That is not enough coverage. Got to do better than that defensively. Basically no coverage. I mean, defense did not look very good there.
Now here's Beverly. Kicks it to Brewer. Shoots. Rebound by Iguodala.
He's been trying to add that mid-range to his arsenal, but it still isn't there just yet.
That doesn't go on the chance to tie.
Well, I think he was surprised by how much space he had there and just rushed the shot a little bit.
Beverly dishes to Moniunas. Misses the three. Warriors have gone 6 of 10 from the field in this ball game. Iguodala the pass to Livingston. Up top, Spates. That drops and it comes off the assist from Livingston. Spates has got 5.
The mid-range jumper is a high percentage shot for him, and when he's got that much room, forget it.
And the horn signals the end of the first, and not a lot of scoring yet in this one, Clark. The second quarter coming up right after this break, so don't go anywhere.
Tune in for a scary night of basketball. Halloween in the NBA. Stephen Curry and the Golden State Warriors go up against Anthony Davis and the New Orleans Pelicans this Saturday, 10:30 Eastern, 7:30 Pacific.
And we welcome you back. Glad to have you with us as more basketball is on the way. During the break, the players getting refueled with Gatorade. They're looking amped up and ready to get going once again. And looking at what we've seen from Houston, what do you guys think?
It's been about the pace. You can see they're going to try to keep this game in the open floor.
Yeah, and you know, it's been a tempo that they like, and they're getting some easy buckets in transition here.
All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade as the second quarter gets going. So for the Golden State Warriors right now, Iguodala out there with Thompson. Then there's Barbosa. Then there's Festus Ezeli. And it's Livingston in at the point guard position. On offense, here are the Rockets. They're getting their first look of the season at the Warriors in this one.
And this is a team they battled in the conference finals last season, coming up short.
Yeah, a bitter pill to swallow, too. I mean, when you face that team again, that's always, not just in the back of your head, it's in the front of your mind, too. Getting a win would be some kind of consolation.
And it's Beverly missing. Now here is Barbosa. He's got 5. Well, looking back on last season, you didn't know where the Rockets would end up in terms of seeding in the playoffs. Ended up with the 2 seed because they won the Southwest Division. And as it turned out, everything worked out very well for them.
It really did, and had a divisional matchup in that first round against the Mavs. But the Rockets took care of business in that series and would advance.
We play just over a minute of basketball here in the second quarter. And Beverly gets to Brewer. Back to Beverly. Moniunas drills it from outside. And the Rockets lead by 1.
And, you know, for the Rockets, they had a major gut check in the second round. Went down 3-1 against the Clippers. Came back to win the series in 7, including Game 6, when I dozed off when they were trailing by 19 in the 4th. And was shocked to wake up in the morning and see they had forced the 7th game.
Houston's gone 3 of 7 tonight from three-point territory. He feeds it to Brewer. And again, it's the Rockets from deep.
You might not think of him as a laser three-point shooter, but that shot was there for him, and he had to take it.
And with the Rockets last postseason, their trip to the conference finals was as far as they would go. Went out to the Warriors in 5 games. Most of them, though, close ones. I think most fans were pleased with how far the team went last year in spite of all the injuries.
Now Beverly. Quarter 2 and just under 2.5 minutes gone by. Now the dish to Moniunas. 5 to shoot. Shot from the wing. And Houston again with the bucket. Here is Livingston. On the wing, Thompson. It's good, and he drew contact on the shot, so he will go to the line. Three-point play chance here. Guys, what do you think about the offensive approach so far that we've seen for Houston?
They've definitely had a hot hand from three-point range. Always nice to get off to a good start.
The other thing they've had going for them tonight is their passing. I mean, doing a nice job. Plenty of their points early on coming off assists.
Catching up on the changes for Golden State. Harrison Barnes, he's checked in for Iguodala. Klay Thompson comes in for Leandro Barbosa. And Steph Curry subbed in for Sean Livingston.
And really, the Warriors had an amazing regular season last year. Just from a historical standpoint, it was one of the best ever.
Beverly dishes to Thornton. From out on the wing, he knocks it down. Thornton's got his first basket.
And his body control is something else I like about him. I'm not sure how he does it, but the way he's able to hang in the air and change his shot to get it around the defender is purely amazing.
Curry passes to Thompson. Ezeli is guarded by Howard. Tries from 16, and the Warriors miss again.
Yeah, good tough D there to get a hand up and force that miss.
That's example number one of why he is such a strong defensive player and why he has such a great defensive reputation.
Outside Curry. It's good. This game is all even. Curry's got 7 points in the game.
That shot becomes effortless for him when the D is so relaxed. They got to get more intense.
1:57 left in the first half. Beverly with the ball. And Curry picks him up defensively. Thornton no good. Golden State's gone 4-6 from outside the arc tonight. Now here's Barnes. He's guarded closely. Ezeli kicks to Thompson.
And after an exceptional first 2 years in the league, Jason Thompson has really declined. He averaged 12 points and 8 boards over those first 2 seasons. But last year, that plummeted all the way down to 6 and 6. So his arrow's definitely been pointing in the wrong direction.
And the free throw is good, now leading by 1. And the Warriors making a change here. He's off on the second. For Houston, they've gone 4 of 7 from the field in the second quarter so far. Lost. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot. Well, getting back to Thompson, as Greg was just talking about him, he's a big guy, durable, good interior defender. Clark, but he really struggles on the perimeter.
Yeah, you know, 20 years ago, his rugged style of inside play would have worked. But nowadays, his lack of a consistent shot and below average range are really counterproductive.
First free throw is good. You know, Clark, the one thing you can say about Ty Lawson is his awareness around the floor. He's just ubiquitous, and his court vision is incredible.
Excellent peripheral vision. He averaged almost 10 assists a game last season. That's the best year of his career thus far.
Draymond Green, he's checked in for the Warriors. Ty Lawson hits them both.
And for Ty Lawson, playmaking isn't a concern. He's got that. His shooting accuracy, though, seems to drop every year. In fact, the last 2 years have been the worst of his career.
Off his foot, and it's being called a kickball. Houston making a switch. Harden's checked in. There's 1:17 left in the first half. Curry against Lawson. Elbow shot. Pulled the shot a little left, but the bounce goes his way. And it's 9 points for Steph Curry.
Yeah, you know, going back to Lawson's declining shooting percentage, really no apparent reason for it. Last year he launched the fewest threes in his past 4 seasons, but he still couldn't find the rhythm, and it really hurt his team down the stretch.
That's good.
Guys, his consistency in terms of shooting has really helped them seize control.
Rockets trailed by 3.
Not sure if they're aware of the 2-for-1 opportunity.
Well, they ought to be. I mean, that's basic basketball time management. You got to be aware of your clock and your situation.
Harden gets to Ariza. Good. It's Harden with the assist that time. 8 points for Trevor Ariza.
Well, check out that assist. That's a pair of teammates that are clearly on the same page.
About 7 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Curry kicks to Green. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline. Houston's gotten half their shots from three-point range to go down in the second quarter. 3 of 6 from downtown. Harden outside. Now the feed to Ariza. Oh, good with the triple. Here's Howard. And that'll do it for the first half. Game time. We'll see you after halftime for the beginning of the third quarter. Welcome back, everybody. The start of the second half getting underway. Both teams battling hard through the first half. Really an incredible game from Stephen Curry.
Yeah, you just love it when the decision-making is as good as it was there in that first half. Didn't force anything.
Guys, I think here in the second half, though, they may want him to be a little more assertive. Start hunting more for his shot, even the tough one.
Terrence Jones is down low with Howard. Harden and Ariza out on the perimeter. And it's Lawson in at the 1. That's the 5 to begin the second half for Kevin McHale. Outside Curry. On the wing, Thompson. And the rebound goes to the Rockets.
And gotta like what they've been doing down low in the post.
I certainly do. You know, I like to see guys do their work inside. Their rebounding has been excellent, and that's always important in a close game.
Ariza with the bucket.
You know, one aspect of their play today that's really been tight and far superior is their passing.
And that kind of flow can be elusive, but the great offenses have it, and that's just what they've shown here tonight.
Curry kicks to Green. And a great assist by Curry as that one goes in. Green's got 5. There are very few players you can call game changers on offense, but Clark, Stephen Curry is clearly one of them.
Well, the plus-minus for the Warriors with him on and off the court validates that. Incredible how much better they are offensively when he's on the floor.
Harden gets to Ariza. No good from outside.
But sometimes it's more about what the defense is doing on that possession. They were all over him on the perimeter.
Curry. And he drops in the layup off the glass. 13 points in the game.
Very true. And what I noticed with him is his ability to jump on teams right out of the break. I mean, he doesn't need a ton of shots to get going. He's locked in by nature.
And here's Harden. He has 5. Lawson from outside, and the shot is good. Lawson's got 7 points.
Yeah, I love the communication and the chemistry between those teammates.
And the Warriors decide to take their first time out here.
Boy, last year the Rockets dealt with a lot of injuries. I mean, the front court and post players were hit the hardest. I think almost every Rocket big would end up missing some time.
Two minutes gone in this third quarter now. Thompson with it. He hasn't scored yet. That I'm sure will change. Curry attacking. He dishes it to Bogut. Barnes. Some nice passing by Golden State. Shot clock at 3. Here's Thompson. Shot's good. And last season, GA, as you were talking about, the injuries for the Rockets did pile up. Dwight Howard was out. Terrence Jones was out. They missed those guys for multiple games.
Yeah, and that hurt them inside. But also, remember, Beverly goes down right before the playoffs. So, in all, the Rockets had 180 missed games on their roster due to injury. Amazing they stayed so resilient and were able to capture that 2 seed.
From deep Harden. That one falls. Coming off Lawson's feet. And it's 8 points for James Harden. Warriors trail by 5. Outside Curry. Pass to Thompson. Back to Curry. Pocket 6. Out of bounds. Houston takes possession. And we've got a moment now to look at the highest scoring teams in the NBA from last season. The Warriors, number 1.
They were the highest scoring team last season for a reason, Kevin. I mean, nobody found a way to effectively slow down their offensive production. And everybody tried a lot of different things, but this team is so balanced and so versatile and so unselfish, it's hard to keep them from putting points on the board.
Feeds it to Harden. Launches a 3. Harden missing again. Warriors trail by 5. On the wing, Thompson. This one for 3, and that one's good. Thompson's got 5 points in the quarter.
And what a first year it was for Steve Kerr and the Warriors. It was the best debut as a new coach ever. 67 wins. He also established a franchise win total in his first year.
Lawson drives in. Back to Howard. Oh, and that one, no question, powered it down.
How about that? Snuck in off the baseline and then the sensational reverse jam.
How pretty was that? You're right. Athletic basketball. Clark with a little bit of flair mixed in.
I like that flavor.
And you know what, guys? That baseline, though, gives you the perfect setup for the reverse. Boy, did he ever take advantage.
That's good. And our old partner, Steve Kerr, also got a chance to coach the West All-Stars. And Greg, his record-setting debut season with the Golden State Warriors. Clark, he really hit a lot of big milestones early.
Well, none of us are surprised at his success. No. I mean, Steve will be the first to tell you it was because he was surrounded by excellent assistants. I mean, that's one of the underrated aspects of being a good coach is you've got to have a good staff. Point. And Steve has that.
Excellent point. Outside Curry. For the tie. Dwight Howard grabs the board. Howard's got his 6th rebound on the night. Jones sets the pick for Harden. And Lawson, here we go. Great tee that time from Green. The Warriors trailing. He kicks it to Thompson. Shoots from the baseline. And a great assist by Curry as that one goes in. Curry's got 3 assists in the game. Now here's Lawson. 7 points in the game. Ariza kicks to Harden, and he gets the jumper to drop. Harden's got 10 points.
Don't take your eyes off of him because he can make plays from multiple spots on the floor. Put the isolated cam on him.
Curry against Lawson. Curry kicks to Thompson. Shoots. No good off the back of the rim.
Obviously, they're evenly matched teams on the inside. The rebound numbers are very even.
Yeah, impressive effort from both on the backboard.
The Rockets shooting their 7th and 8th free throw attempts for the game right here.
10 shots.
The first free throw is good. The Warriors making a switch here. And so he's able to get one of two. Now Iguodala. He got it up that time, but it wouldn't fall for him. And we just finished the third quarter, and we've got a tight ball game here. Rockets lead by 3. And coming up as soon as we return from break, the fourth quarter gets underway.
Bring your costume. It's Halloween in the NBA. DeMarcus Cousins and the Sacramento Kings take on Chris Paul and the Los Angeles Clippers live this Saturday night.
Welcome back as we get rolling once more. The fourth quarter right ahead in what's been a very well-contested game. And let's get your take, guys, on the scoring breakdown for the Rockets.
Fantastic passing. We saw it in the first half, and it's carried over here in the second.
They've really been on fire from beyond the arc tonight, too. I mean, a lot of their points have come from out there.
And Golden State looking at who they've got. On the wing, Thompson and Iguodala. Looney out there with Maurice Spates, and it's Curry in at the 1 spot. And this is what the schedule looks like for Houston. They get to take on the Heat at Miami after this one. That will be a getaway game for them, a 1-game road trip. Brewer wishes to Moniunas. Pass to Decker. Kicks to Lawson. Howard setting the pick for Lawson. Brewer, he passes to Moniunas. Houston moving the ball around. Brewer's shot is off. Warriors trail by 3. There's a screen. Iguodala, the pass to Thompson. Just 5 on the clock. Golden State needs to get off a shot. Here's Curry. He clangs that one off the back iron, and down it falls. Curry's got the first points up on the board here in the fourth for the Warriors. And Brewer kicks to Decker. Lawson outside. On the wing, Brewer. Back to Lawson. Moniunas. That is in there. Lawson with the assist. Lawson's got his 7th assist in the game.
Add another triple to their second half total.
They came out of the break just dropping bombs and just not letting up at all.
Now a timeout called by Golden State. You can point to any number of things, Clark. The Warriors did well last year. Their play on the road being one of them.
Well, the Warriors were exactly road warriors all season long, partner. Hit the ground running and finished with the league best 28 road win.
Doris Burke has some information for us. Doris?
Kevin, I was able to listen in on what Steve Kerr was going over with his team. He told them, guys, we're getting bogged down in the half court. Let's get out and run, see what's available in early offense. If there's nothing there, we can always back it out and run our sets. Good advice, Kevin.
Just about 1.5 minutes gone by here in the fourth. Jones against Thompson. It's Curry outside. Count the bucket. Curry's got 5 points now this quarter.
And for the Warriors, they would go on several road trips undefeated last season. Still, the only time they looked vulnerable were games on the road.
Here is Harden. 6 on the shot clock. Here's Lawson. And the layup falls.
And you know, with the Warriors on the road, they would occasionally dig a hole they couldn't get out of. Still, hard to critique a team that was so dominant in every facet of the game last season, even on the road.
Thompson against Harden. And Thompson kicks to Green. On the wing, it's Iguodala. Can't tie it up as that one misses. Houston leading by 3. Lawson with it. And Curry picks him up defensively. And Lawson, here we go. And Harden gets it to go in on the assist by Lawson. Lawson's got his 8th assist in the game.
Steve, it has to be said here that he operates the pick and roll to perfection. I mean, he delights in running unwitting defenders or blindside picking guys so that he can end up rolling into a basket.
Ariza outside. And it's Howard finishing it off.
Just not enough bodies on the glass right there, and they paid for it.
Well, Greg, I know you're a little guy, but you know what it means to box out, and it's an effort thing and a mindset deal. You got to get your body between that other player and the ball.
Green kicks to Bogut. Outside Curry. From outside the arc, and that is good. Curry's got 23 points.
And the shooting has really been there for him today, but he may have to take it upon himself to continue to carry the team and try and get out of this hole.
Harrison Barnes, he's checked in for Andre Iguodala. Howard dishes to Harden. The pass to Lawson. In low to Joe. It's stolen by Green. On the wing, Thompson. And a great assist by Curry as that one goes in. Curry's got his 4th assist with that last one here tonight. Houston's gone 1 of 3 from outside the arc since we've reached the 4th quarter. Lawson kicks to Harden. Outside for Lawson. In low to Howard. That one goes. Come. And the Rockets lead by 4.
And the deeper we get into this game, it seems like the more the offenses are in rhythm.
Without question, I mean, both of these teams are firing on full broadband bandwidth. Teams full throttle.
.25 left here in the 4th quarter. Curry against Lawson. Thompson passes to Bogut. His first shot coming late. Makes a big high bounce and goes in.
Whoa, that's a big shot right there.
And that one really took the air out of this crowd.
Just like that. I mean, you could hear a pin drop in here.
Harden against Thompson. Lawson drives in. And he was camped in the lane there, and he gets the 3-second call.
And those are the kinds of mistakes that are magnified when we're talking about a game down the stretch.
Golden State's gotten off 4 3-pointers in the final quarter, and 2 of them have fallen. Pass to Curry. Back to Thompson to take the lead. Laces one from 3.
We're seeing him bring that shooting percentage up now, guys. The first half was a struggle for him.
This is a huge possession.
And this is where all the hard work pays off. You have to be able to execute under pressure.
Harden kicks to Lawson. It's good. The assist that time from Harden.
Ty Lawson getting it done one after the other.
Harden against Thompson. Outside, Green. Right side, Green. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Here's Thompson. No good. They kick it out to Green. Vicious to Thompson. And they tie. Oh, my goodness.
Wow.
gets the big-time shot to fall, folks, and now we're headed to OT.
Cold-blooded make that was, plain and simple.
Time expires, and we're going to overtime. We've got more in store for you right after this. Well, if you love great competition and neck-and-neck basketball action, this one has been a great one. Overtime number 1, getting going right now. Courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineup for us now in overtime. Setting the floor for the Warriors. Thompson and Barnes, the 2 and 3. Down low, it's Green and Bogut, and it's Curry in at the point.
Shooting for Houston, Dwight Howard. At the line for 2.
And he knocks down the first one. He doesn't get the second one.
Not an A-plus trip to the line, but he did get them the lead.
And here is Barnes. He feeds it to Green. Back to Barnes. Into Green. Stolen by Harden. The dish to Lawson. The feed to Brewer. The 3. That one falls. Coming off Lawson's feet.
Just a little confusion among the D as to who was supposed to be on it.
Timeout called the Warriors. Warriors trail by 4. Outside Curry. It's off his leg. And the official saying it was kicked. Houston on D. Bogut with a screen on Jones. Green kicks to Barnes. Back to Green. Curry. Lawson defending. Clock at 4. Curry's shot is good. Curry's got 25 points in the game. Well, they're really making a point of keeping the ball moving around.
Yeah, gotta love this teamwork. I mean, everybody's involved and engaged. Just a thing of beauty to watch.
It is, and Clark, that's the key. The D can't focus on one player, and no matter what anybody tells you, that ball will always move quicker than the defender.
And Thompson kicks to Barnes. He dishes it to Bogut. Back to Barnes. Some nice passing by Golden State here. Thompson against Harden. It's Thompson off the drive. And Jones pulls it down.
That's a surprise. I mean, really out of character for him to miss when the defense is not right up on it.
Harden kicks to Brewer. Good. It's Harden with the assist that time. And it's a 7-point Rocket lead. And so it's Golden State with it. Back to Barnes. This is it to Bogut. Can't get it to go. Great D that time from Howard. But they're this close to putting it away.
Yeah, and they don't need to do anything to reinvent the wheel here. I mean, just take time off the clock and squeeze the orange. Don't turn it over.
And no excuse there for missing that one after being freed up by a great pick.
Yeah, I agree with you. I mean, they came away empty, but they got the look they wanted. And really, I I like the movement and communication there.
A three from Barnes. It falls! And now they trail by just 4.
Really good awareness right there on the assist.
And they foul intentionally. They're going to have to do that now again and again. They're not in the penalty yet.
Yeah, you have to do that, though. You can't just let them dribble the game.
Exactly. I mean, got to stop the clock any way possible and hope they alligator arm a few of those free throws.
And that's an intentional foul. He hits the first one, and that puts them up by 5. So he goes 2 for 2 at the line, and it's a 6-point ball game.
Free throws go down, and the lead goes up.
Timeout called the Warriors. They're trailing by 6. 17 seconds left to play in OT, and this battle continuing. Here's what's your take?
And I'm not sure the 2-point bucket does much here. I think they got to go for 3.
Yeah, it's no brainer, partner. I mean, that's their only choice. Shoot the 3 and hopefully get it down and then foul.
Here's Curry with the 3. No good. And so they choose to intentionally foul. So the first one drops, and that makes it a 7-point lead. And so he drops them both. It's an 8-point game.
This definitely wasn't the way they envisioned overtime working out.
The 3, Barbosa can't get it to go.
It's going to be a tough loss to swallow. They just didn't have much gas left in the tank once we got to overtime.
So we see the Rockets get the win here. They escaped with a victory, although they needed Clark an extra period to get it done.
Well, I think it was one heck of a ball game. Both teams gave great effort, and the bounces just went their way in overtime.
Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. This is Kevin Harlan saying thank you for tuning in. Now, let's check out the Jordan Player of the Game, James Harden.
Think you want to get rich. You don't really want it. You ain't really trying to get rich.
I'm Ernie Johnson. This is the NBA on 2K Sports. Glad to have you with us. Tonight, we'll see the Los Angeles Lakers playing against the Sacramento Kings. And now let's go courtside to Kevin Harlan, who's ready to get things going in Sacramento.
thoughtful moment indeed. The national anthem and a crowd anxiously awaiting the tip-off. This is 2K Sports broadcasting from Sacramento as the Kings take it to the hardwood. And now a quick check of our starting lineups for both teams. One of the guys we'll be watching out for today, the developing DeMarcus Cousins.
And Steve, near the bucket, he's one of the best finishers around. I mean, he does a great job of using his strong body to fight through contact and get to the rack.
Looking at the Lakers, they took the win in their last game against the Timberwolves. Trading blows in that one, they did win by 3.
They needed a few extra minutes to get the W in that game, but they got it just the same.
I like the way they handled themselves in that overtime period, Greg. They had a whole lot left in their game in that extra period.
It was a rough year last year for fans in Sacramento, but they still come out here to fill up the stands, Greg, even with their team struggling.
Yeah, the new ownership, give them credit. Last year, the Kings marked an 8-year high in terms of attendance. Not bad for a team that really looked to be in the hunt for the postseason, but then just fell apart midway through.
And not a guy known for style points when it comes to throwing one down, but every once in a while, Kevin.
Greg, why don't we see more dunks like that from him? He's certainly got the size for it.
Yeah, I think it comes down to the fact he lacks a little dexterity and even creativity to be an elite finisher.
And so the Los Angeles Lakers get the first points of the ballgame. Gay can't hit. Here's Kobe. Russell kicks to Hibbert. Young. Six to shoot. The Lakers need to get a shot off here. The drive by Russell. Can't connect from short range. So for the Kings, they come in off the loss to the Clippers.
Yeah, nowhere near at their best throughout the course of that game. A scrappy performance, but in the end, just not enough.
Yeah, a lot of character on display, a lot of guts. You're right. Even as shaky as they were, I would guess they felt they let one get away from them.
Here's Young. Following the basket by DeMarcus Cousins. Shot by Young. Gets a very good look and converts. Just around a minute and a half into the first quarter. Right now, let's find out what head coach George Karl had to say to our Doris Burke. Doris?
They'll be up against one of the true giants of the league in Roy Hibbert. And he talked about how impressed he is with Hibbert's dedication to improving his game, saying he's gotten better year after year. And now is one of the guys you have to account for, really at both ends of the floor. Defensively, you've got to get low and try to root him out of the paint. And then on offense, we'll probably look to put him in pick and rolls to test his mobility. Seems like a smart strategy, guys. We'll see how they do.
Great. Thanks for the report, Doris. Releases, and he hits the jump shot. Russell's got his first bucket of the night. Sacramento's gone 1 of 2 from long range in the first quarter. There may be some questions for a while about D'Angelo Russell. People will guess which position he's best at in the NBA. You and I saw him firsthand playing for the Bucks. I mean, he is a terrific talent.
Yeah, he really is. I think he's an old school guard, Kevin. He can play with the ball and be effective, or he can play off the ball. He's got a really bright future. Loved watching him play and grow as a one-year college guy at Ohio State.
Here's Young. Sacramento able to drain the three. Shot clock at 6. Outside, Russell. Offensive rebound.
That's purely a hustle play there. Getting to the offensive glass for the tip-in, well done.
And that's, a quality you see any strong offensive rebounder possess. And we saw it right there.
And guys, effort is also a talent. You've got to be willing to work if you want to make plays like that.
Here's Collison following the basket by Kobe Bryant. Passes to Gay. Back to Anderson. The putback, and Cousins throws it down.
That kind of putback turns a simple rebound into a highlight play.
He assaulted the glass to the right, then assaulted the rim.
Yeah, straight bringing the hard hat on that one. That's what you like to see on the backboard.
Now, here is Young. 9-point game his last outing. And Kobe the bucket with the assist by Young. Kobe's got 5 now.
And guys, one thing that stands out to me about Russell is how good he is at certain NBA plays. Very strong in the pick and roll already. Knows how to attack with contact. Great vision, and he can also shoot the basketball.
Defensive foul. First personal foul. Team starts.
Big group substitution here for the Lakers. Kufis checked in for Cousins. Caspi comes in for Quincy Acey. Caron Butler is checked in for Rudy Gay. And Stockton subbed in for Darren Collison.
And last season, the Lakers finished last in the Pacific Division once again. Second year in a row, they ended up at the bottom of the barrel.
The dish to Clarkson. He feeds it to Williams. That's good. Williams has got his first 2 points.
Good ball movement. He put that pass in the ideal spot, right where it needed to be.
And the Lakers were at the bottom once again in the Pacific Division, Clark. But, you know, these 2 seasons we've just seen, the last time they finished last in the Pacific was 1975.
Well, they had a 2-14 record against the rest of the Pacific. And we also know, though, the Lakers don't stay down very long. They'll be back on top before long. Something else I'll say is that he loves those catch-and-shoot situations, Steve. When he receives a pass in space, it's right away looking to shoot it.
Free throw good for Ron Butler. The Kings were off to a hot start last year, but things certainly fell apart midway. A big factor in that was the messy firing of their coach, Mike Malone.
Yeah, really, that firing came out of nowhere to the fans and the players, and it seemed odd to fire a coach that has been leading his team to good basketball.
That's also good. So he hits both free throws.
And, you know, we'll never really know the full details of why Malone was fired, but the effect it had on the team was easy to see. Kings really tailspinned out of control afterward.
Rejected by Kufis, and the whistle blew, so that'll be a shooting foul. Great defensive effort there with the blocked shot, but he got more than just the ball that time. Free throws coming up right now.
You know, the Kings, I think, will look back and realize they made a dubious decision the way they handled that coaching change. I mean, lucky for them, they were able to right things, so to speak, by landing George Karl later on. Clearly one of the better coaches in NBA history.
On occasions last year, the Lakers were all right on offense. Other times, they were just stagnant. There was just no motion, nothing going on.
That's a great point. And their ball movement could use some work. A lot of ISOs last season, and it killed a lot of the flow the team had in the half court.
You know, for the Lakers, they were okay in the assist department, guys, but they were dead last in the league in secondary assists. That, to me, is indicative of an inefficient offense and also a new stat category.
Stockton from outside, and that is good. Stockton's got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball. Lakers trailed by 4. Right side, Williams. Up top, Brown. The pass to Clarkson. Outside, Williams. And they come right back with their own three-pointer. Williams has got 5.
And for the Lakers and that secondary assist stat, that just means they aren't making the extra pass, or it means they are holding on to the ball too long. Either way, it hurts the offense.
Stockton kicks to Bellinelli. No good on the 3. Lakers have gotten 7 of their first 10 attempts to fall so far. Excellent pace to their offense. Brown the pass to Clarkson. The feed now to Williams. This is his first trip to the line tonight.
And when you shoot 86 from the line like he did last season, you usually cash in on those opportunities.
Yeah, that's a great asset to have, guys, for any team. Coming down the stretch in close games, you got a guy who's confident and very good at the line. When he steps up there, you feel good about it.
And the Lakers making a change here. And that drops, so they now lead by 1.
He has such terrific form and consistency on his free throw. Beautiful to watch.
He dishes it to Casper. Pass to Bellinelli. No good from outside. Here's Clarkson. Shot misses. And still a close game as the first quarter comes to a close. Lakers lead by 1. And we'll get the second quarter underway on the other side of this break.
Bring your costume. It's Halloween in the NBA. DeMarcus Cousins and the Sacramento Kings take on Chris Paul and the Los Angeles Clippers.
Neither team able to build much of a lead up to this point as we start the second quarter. And taking a look at Los Angeles' performance here, what have they been doing or not doing?
You know what? They're dominating on the backboard. They have controlled the paint thus far.
Flexing their muscles down low, and they've limited second chances too, guys.
Sacramento's gone 3 of 7 tonight from three-point territory. And now, brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset our lineups. Taking a look at Los Angeles. On out there with Larry Nance. Then there's Lewis Williams. Then there's Jordan Clarkson. And it's Black in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. The Lakers trail. This game against Sacramento is the first time they've met this year.
Yeah, and they lost the season series to this squad last time around. Maybe a little extra motivation tonight to show they've improved.
Yeah, I couldn't agree with you more. Two teams in the bottom half of the conference as far as respect goes. They're both scratching and clawing to try to get a little more of that respect.
Lou Williams won the Sixth-Man Award last year, Clark, in the NBA. He's not a playmaker, although he kind of plays that position a little bit. This guy scores the ball very well coming off the bench.
He really does. I mean, he looks like a guard because of his size, but he's truly an explosive scorer, and that's the strength of his game, and that's who he is and what he does.
Nance a screen. Williams kicks to Black. Clarkson. Outside Williams. Trying to answer back, but that three is off the mark. Stockton right side. He kicks it to McLemore. That's good, and a nice assist from Stockton. Now it's a 4-point Sacramento lead. So timeout called here, the first for Los Angeles.
And guys, the Lakers last season were just a completely different team after Kobe's injury. Not so much in results, but just in how they played on the floor. They actually fared better without Kobe than most thought they would.
Big group substitution here for the Lakers. Roy Hibbert's checked in for Tariq Black. Bass comes in for Larry Nance. Nick Young's checked in for Brown. And Kobe is subbed in for Lou Williams. We're about a minute and a half into the second quarter now. And for the Lakers, without Kobe last season, it was really a stark difference in styles of play and quality. No single person Clark stepped in to carry their offense. It took a group effort.
Well, you know, it was almost April, Kevin, before somebody surpassed Kobe in field goal attempts on the team. It'll be interesting to see how they build the offense this year.
And the foul called on DeMarcus Cousins. That is his first foul of the game. And now approaching 2 minutes of action here in the second quarter. Kobe kicks to Bass, and he dunks it down.
Solid. Just no messing around there. Got to the rack and punched it.
Beautiful jam. Fairly well defended, GA, but I guess not well enough.
Nope. He just had a little too much spring in the step that time.
Here's Gay. And yes, sir, that one drops.
And that putback about as easy a bucket as you're going to get.
Exactly what happens when you don't box out, Greg.
Collison against Russell. Back to Young. And stolen by Gay. For the finish.
And this sort of awesome dunk is one of the reasons this team is in charge of this game right now.
Clark, there is a swagger out here on the court that they possess and are not afraid to show it either.
That's right.
I tell you what, I used to love to go up and jam like that.
Here's Kobe. Rebound by the Kings.
You know what? You just cannot get much better of a look than that one.
Exactly. I mean, no way you expect him to miss that shot.
Outside Collison. Kicks it to Gay. Clock at 6. The jump hook, and again it's Sacramento converting.
He's got so much junk in his trunk. He'll find a way to hurt you.
Lakers trailed by 8. Young with the ball. Pass to Kobe. Back to Young. Dishes it to Russell. Good on the three-point shot. Russell's got 5 points so far.
That is not enough coverage. Got to do better than that defensively. Basically no coverage. I mean, defense did not look very good there.
So the Kings call timeout. They're first.
And I think it's fair to say last season was a bit of a transition year for the Kings. I mean, after firing Malone and the injuries to their stars, they just tried to build for the future, realizing that was going to be in their best interest.
And in the second quarter, a little under 3.5 minutes played already. Collison dishes to Gay. Back to Collison. Feeds it to McLemore. He passes to Cousins. Good ball movement here by the Kings. Gay, that's good. And the Kings last year were able to get George Karl to lead the team. A good hire for them. This team did decent under him back in the last half of the season.
Yeah, they still got a lot of work to do, but he can certainly make it happen for him. One of the outstanding coaches in our league. The Kings actually were in it for a while last year, but then had a mini rebuild mid-season.
Russell, no luck. Kings leading now by 8. Here's the screen. Now here's McLemore. He's tightly guarded. The basket counts and 1. He'll go to the line with a chance to make it a 3-point play.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
Well, I agree with you. 4 of their last 5 baskets have been exactly of that variety.
James Anderson, he's checked in for Sacramento.
Well, clearly the Lakers were not a great team. I mean, they did have one of their better bench units last season. They led the league in points off the bench, but that was more an indictment of the quality of the starters than the firepower of the bench.
Gay against Young. Launches a 3, and that one's good. Young's got his second basket of the night. Last year, the Lakers did have some firepower off the bench. A lot of players would see their roles shift during the year, as you might expect for a team trying to find the right combination.
Yeah, they were also near the top in the league in bench minutes played. So whether you start or come off the bench last year in L.A., you'll see plenty of action.
Lakers trailed by 8. Hibbert with a screen on Cousins. And Young, here we go. Hibbert up top. It's Kobe Bryant on the wing. Young outside. And the jumper is good. Young's got 5 points now in the quarter. Kings leading now by 6. 8-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Collison against Russell. Cousins, the pass to Anderson. There's the dish to AC. 6 on the shot clock. Collison against Russell. Collison, no good.
The defender had the position and the height. Even when you use the fadeaway, it's tough to overcome that.
From the arc, no good, trying to beat the buzzer. And we've reached halftime in this one. The Kings on top. They lead by 6. And we'll be back right after halftime for the start of the third quarter. We'll see you in a bit. The third quarter now beginning. Both sides looking to pull away in the last half of the game.
It's been a good game for Mr. Anderson. 9 points, and he's got 2 baskets from out in three-point land.
And I'm sure they'd like to get a few more of those out of him.
They've got James Anderson. Rudy Gay is out there with Quincy Ace. Then there's DeMarcus Cousins, and it's Collison in at the point guard position. That's the group for George Karl getting going here in the second half. Anderson can't get it to go.
And the one thing you can typically count on from Roy Hibbert is great rim protection. Last year, he dipped a little, down to 1.5 blocks a game from over 2 the year before, but shooters still had to account for him every time they drove to the rim.
Kings leading now by 3. Now here's Collison. Still getting warmed up offensively. No buckets yet in the game for him. And AC kicks to Gay. Just 5 on the clock. A beautiful reverse layup. Gay's got 9 points.
You know, of the last 6 baskets, 5 have come on the interior. This is major smash mouth basketball, guys.
It's all about imposing your will offensively, getting exactly the kind of looks their coach drew up.
Timeout called the Lakers.
And guys, you see how Rudy Gay just exploded last season in the second half. I mean, I think he felt at ease in George Karl's system. And I think that's one reason why you're starting to see just how good Rudy Gay can be.
So it's the Lakers now, trailing by 5. Russell dishes to Hibbert. Young. Pass to Kobe. And James Anderson is going to pick up a foul. That is his first foul of the game. For a long time, critics have gotten on Gay for his lack of efficiency, but he quieted some of those voices, Clark, last year with his playing stats.
Yeah, I agree with you. I mean, across the board, he made nice improvements, not only in his scoring, but also his ability to create shots for others.
Clock at 4. The 3. Russell, no good. Kings leading now by 5. It's Gay with the drive. He feeds it to Collison. Back to Gay. The tray. The shot is off. And the Lakers going the other way now. Anderson inside. Young's there. Collison kicks to AC. Some nice ball movement here by the Kings.
You know, when you look at DeMarcus Cousins, he's clearly one of the more talented and also one of the most emotional players in the game. He's also one of the most teed up.
Yeah, talking about Cousins' top 5 in technical fouls in each of his first 5 seasons. Among other things, that's given away a ton of free points, guys, to the opposition.
Yeah, DeMarcus is working hard to control that temper, and he knows it's important for the team. But it's hard to plug a volcano.
Robert Sacre, he's checked in for Los Angeles. Julius Randle comes in for Brandon Bass. He doesn't get the second one. Thinking about DeMarcus Cousins, Clark, when he was selected, people questioned whether he could stay out of trouble. Many doubted that, he could, but he has stayed clean really since day one.
Yeah, you know, going back 5 years ago, a beat writer actually had the audacity to say he would end up in jail at some point. Cousins has proved him and others wrong.
Left side, Butler. The pass to Caspi. And there's the feed to Collison. And here's Anderson for 3. That one goes. Count. Anderson's got 12 points in the game. Lakers trailed by 9.
And with that Cousins story about the writer, Cousins actually called him out about that failed prediction. I mean, they made amends, however, with the writer eating his words and donating to a charity of Cousins' choice. And how about that for a response?
Well, it sounded as though, or at least it looked as though it sounded like, we'll give you a 3, and then we'll take it right back.
Here's Collison. Can't hit. Nice D from Russell.
Yeah, and for Cousins, it's never been a question of talent. I mean, many are glad to see that he's been able to stay focused, really for the first stretch of his career.
Young up top. He's got 7. The finger roll finish at the bucket. And now it's just a 4-point Sacramento lead. The Kings have gone 2 of 5 shooting here in the third quarter. Now a timeout called by Sacramento. Well, last season, Greg, another year without playoff basketball in Sacramento. Ashamed to see some of the best fans in the NBA not be a part of the postseason.
That's a great point, Kevin. Now, 9 straight years where the Kings have failed to make the postseason. 29-win seasons aren't going to get you very far when you're battling in the West.
Puts it up off the inbound. Bellinelli gets the bucket.
And, you know, you mentioned the 9 straight years without a playoff appearance for the Kings. Their last trip was in 2006. And since then, they've been rebuilding. That's the second longest playoff drought in the NBA.
Nance outside. He dishes it to Kobe. Outside Williams. Lock at 6. Out of bounds. Sacramento will take possession.
Well, if the Kings do make it back to the playoffs, you know they'll be dangerous. Their fans have been through so much the last few seasons. They really deserve to see a team in postseason contention.
Tarek Black, he's checked in for Julius Randle. Outside Collison. Pass to Bellinelli. There's a minute 34 left here in the third quarter. He kicks it to Gay. It's blocked, and they force the shot clock violation. Great D.
Got a chance here to check out how the Kings ranked in the NBA last season, Kevin. 9th in rebounding, 10th in free throw percentage. And they were in the top half of the league in field goal percentage as a team. And part of that was due to the fact that they were a little inconsistent offensively.
And I like how they held their own on the boards. I mean, that's so critical. They brought that effort and fortitude to battle every night, just never backing down.
And Nance kicks to Clarkson. And again, Los Angeles with the triple.
Just a little confusion among the D as to who was supposed to be on it.
Kicks to Bellinelli. Back to Collison. There's the pick. And Jordan Clarkson is going to pick up the foul. That's foul number 2 for him.
And really, these are some of the toughest calls an official has to make.
Yeah, but in this case, I think he got it right. I mean, the defender was still moving there and never really had good legal guarding position. He wasn't set.
There's 47 seconds left to play here in the third. Cauley Stein passes to Gay. Gives him the lead pass. The blocking foul is called as the shot goes down.
There's got to be some defensive help there. I mean, the size difference is just too great.
The Kings shooting their 7th attempt at the foul line in this one. Roy Hibbert's checked in for Los Angeles. Pass comes in for Jordan Clarkson.
You know, guys, in a draft that had a lot of top-tier big men as the top picks, Willie Cauley-Stein is a little bit the forgotten man, if you will. But he can be a very impactful player now and down the road as well.
Back to Russell. Nance outside. It's a nice passing here by Los Angeles. Offensive rebound. Hibbert hits the bucket. Hibbert's got his second bucket.
something that's kept this game close is the fact that the rebound stats for both teams are almost identical.
The battle to a standstill on the boards has really been something to watch, and the game's not over yet. We'll see if one of these teams maintains more energy than the other going down the stretch.
Gay converts on the jumper for the easy two. Gay's got 11.
Boy, can he finish in the paint. That's one thing we know he's good at.
And we've reached the end of the third. Kings lead by 6. And do not go away, as we'll be back in just a few moments with the start of our fourth quarter coming up next.
Tune in for a scary night of basketball. Halloween in the NBA. Eric Bledsoe and the Phoenix Suns hit the road to do battle with the Philadelphia 76ers. Live this Saturday night.
We've got a great game on our hands as we welcome you back. The fourth quarter of action getting started. And a chance for just a second to check out the scoring breakdown for the Kings.
Boy, their passing has been picturesque, a thing of beauty in both halves. More than a few of their baskets have come off assists.
And also, I think it's really led to the rhythm and confidence you've seen from long range tonight throughout the entire game.
And on the court for the Lakers to start the fourth. Russell is out there with Kobe. Then it's Brandon Bass. Then there's Nick Young. And it's Hibbert in at the 5 spot. Kings leading now by 6. Now Collison. In low to Cousins. And he gets it to go.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Yeah, and that's 4 straight field goals now, Greg, they've allowed from point-blank range. Can't happen.
Pass to Young. Jacks up a 3. That's in, coming off an assist by Kobe. Kobe's got 3 assists now in this one.
And really, as the three-pointers keep dropping, you get the sense that the frustration is mounting for the defense.
Yeah, and they either have been unwilling or unable to take that shot away.
Hibbert with the block. Kobe dishes to Russell. Feeds it to Hibbert. He passes to Young. Outside, Russell. Back to Young. 6 to shoot. Dishes to Kobe. Outside, Russell. Shoots. He hits the back iron and sinks the shot.
Boy, this game has really started to heat up. I didn't think it could get any more high scoring than it already was.
Well, I tell you what, I don't mind it. You don't either, it sounds like. Good offense is entertaining, and that's exactly what we're getting.
Rudy Gay on the way. They grab their own miss, and that one's good. Cousins.
Those defenders look like they're out of gas. I mean, they're getting pushed around on the low block.
Yeah, but they better rally soon because they've given up 3 straight buckets in the paint.
Los Angeles calls timeout. And at this point of the game, getting a break here, important for the teams to regroup, and for the players, this is where you have a chance to get rehydrated with Gatorade. Get ready to play strong to finish off the game. All right, let's go over to the sideline with Doris Burke.
Gentlemen, Byron Scott had some advice for his team in that last timeout. He really wants them to try to push the tempo here, see if they can get a few easy buckets in transition, saying, listen, we're playing station to station right now. Let's try to catch them off guard, guys. Let's see if they can do exactly that, Kevin.
All right, Doris, thank you very much. Randall kicks to Kobe. Shot clock at 6. It's picked off.
You know, that turnover right there isn't typical of the performance he's turned in today. In fact, that's his only turnover of the game. He's done a really good job taking care of the ball.
Collison kicks to Anderson, and it's blocked. And now Russell pushing it up. No one back to stop him. Misses the layup.
Their game plan needs to change if they're going to get out of this hole because he is just not there offensively.
Fourth quarter keeps moving right along. 3 minutes gone so far. Kobe, that's for 2. And again, no good by the Lakers.
Good little two-man action there, but they just can't get the shot to fall.
Yeah, but that was a beauty. Good-looking shot, well-executed play. I wouldn't be surprised to see them go back to it. Their prowess inside has been tremendous, guys. I mean, it's been no contest down on the low block.
And until the defense puts up a little more resistance, they ought to continue to pound them down low.
Outside, Russell. The dish to Young. The 17-footer. Good, and the assist goes to Russell. Young's got 5 points now in the quarter.
And the shooting has really been there for him today, but he may have to take it upon himself to continue to carry this team and try and get out of this hole.
Now a timeout called by Sacramento. Fourth quarter of play, and over 3.5 minutes have gone by. Outside Collison. Back to Cousins. He's against Hibbert with the fadeaway. And an air ball on that one. Way off. Russell passes to Kobe. Hibbert with a screen for Kobe. He feeds it to Hibbert. Back to Kobe. Up top, Randall. 6 to shoot. It's hauled in by the Kings. Acey's got 5 rebounds tonight. It's Anderson with the drive. Acey passes it to Collison. Cousins with a screen on Young. Collison kicks to Acey. Just his first attempt. Jump shot is good. And the Kings lead by 7. And the Lakers call time here. They trailed by 7. 1:21 left in the fourth quarter. .21 left in the fourth quarter. Kobe attacking. The kick out to Young. Randall with a screen for Young. And there's the pass to Hibbert. The feet to Russell. Down to 5 on the shot clock. 17-foot shot on the way. Great D that time from Collison. The Kings have gotten just under 45% of their attempts to drop in the fourth, 4 of 9. Cousins with a screen on Young. Collison against Young. Collison dishes to Acey.
Yeah, easy call.
Yeah, you can hear the smack all the way over here where we are.
At the line for your Kings, Quincy Acey. At the line for 2.
Good on the first, and that stretches their lead to 8. So he gets them both, and it's a 9-point ball game here.
And you can wrap this one up. Great job to stay cool at the line and finish it off.
Los Angeles with another miss.
And sometimes he can hit that deep 3, but it's not a high percentage shot for him.
Yeah, even for him, that's out of his range.
Outside Collison. Sacramento needs to get off a shot. Here's Cousins and Hibbert with the block. The drive by Russell. That was good. it's Sacramento picking up the win. They didn't make it easy on themselves or their fans, but Clark, in the end, everyone's satisfied.
Yeah, you know, it looked like for a moment there the outcome was in doubt, but give them a lot of credit for hanging tough, persevering, and finishing strong.
Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. For Greg Anthony and Clark Kellogg, this is Kevin Harlan thanking you for watching the NBA presented by 2K Sports. Now it's time to present our Jordan Player of the Game, James Anderson.
Siamo fragili, se tutti ci toccano, siamo fatti di sogni che non ci fanno dormire.
Io non dormo quando ti penso, io non dormo e basta e compenso. Io lo so che siamo uniti, se capisci.
Welcome to the NBA on 2K Sports. Good to have you with us. I'm Ernie Johnson. Tonight, it'll be the Philadelphia 76ers going up against the Phoenix Suns. And now let's go courtside with Kevin Harlan, who's ready to get things going in Phoenix.
Well, the weekend has officially begun, and we welcome you to this 2K Sports presentation of NBA basketball. I'm Kevin Harlan alongside Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. And now we take a brief check at the matchups. Our starting five for both teams. And breaking down the game, let's take a look here at Tyson Chandler.
And Steve, he's also the player they rally around at the defensive end. I mean, they cause some real havoc when he's out there running the show defensively.
This game marks the end of this stretch at home for the Suns. Back on the road tomorrow. And guys, this is the first they're seeing of Philadelphia this year. In the two meetings last year, they came away with wins, never losing.
Yeah, and they took care of business against this group last year, winning the season series.
Yeah, Greg, you're right. They're the better team. I mean, they expect to win this matchup. We'll see if they can take care of business tonight.
Philadelphia started to create a little bit of an identity last season after all their transactions, Clark, and shifting around. They settled down and came together.
Yeah, and I tell you, it looks like the identity will be the Sixers being a defensive team going forward. Offense has its fits and starts, but defensively they found some traction.
Shot clock at 6. A nice shot by Booker. Booker's got the scoreboard going with his first points of the night for the Suns. On defense, Phoenix. They come into this one following the loss to the Mavericks.
Yeah, their defense got sliced and diced in that game. They just weren't closing down on perimeter shooters, not nearly quick enough. And then they gave up their fair share of those point-blank shots on the interior as well.
Something was clearly amiss for them, Greg. I mean, to let an opponent shoot that high a percentage, you got to take a real long look in the mirror after a game like that.
First free throw is good.
As you said, the 76ers will be a team built on defense going forward. At least that's what it seems like to me. They have very active hands and can bother a lot of shots. They also force a ton of turnovers as well.
And Roten drops them both.
You know, guys, the Sixers did force a lot of turnovers, but they also gave the ball away the most in the NBA, so kind of negated the turnovers they forced. They can be as defensive as they want, but they've got to get better at taking care of the ball if they're going to improve.
And just about a minute into the first quarter. Covington feeds to Roten. And Thompson kicks to Roten. Dishes it to Covington. Passes to Okafor. Somehow ignores the tight D and gets the way up. Okafor's got his first bucket in this one. So the 76ers, their last game, a loss to New Orleans.
And listen, you have to take advantage of the freebies. And on that night, they did not. And that is why they just could not recover.
Exactly. I mean, they left too much cheese at the foul line. And in the end, it mattered on the scoreboard and cost them.
Just 5 on the clock. Here's Booker. Thompson with the block. But he gets it back.
And guys, in a draft with so many talented big men and lead guards, Booker was a bit of a hot commodity. One of the purest sharpshooters in the draft, has a lightning quick release on his jump shot.
Free throw good, Booker. And he makes both free throws. Phoenix on defense. And Thompson kicks to Okafor. Okafor sets the pick for Roten. He dishes it to Covington. Off the mark there with the three-point shot. And with Booker, you know, who is a Kentucky guy, he's a sharpshooter. Greg, you were talking about that. His dad actually played at the University of Missouri. He was a pretty good shooter. Clark, this Booker has a pretty good frame to work with, and I think that's going to serve him well in the NBA.
Yeah, I agree with you. I like his size. I like his stroke. I like his toughness. I think he's going to be better defensively than people think. He's got a lot of good stuff in his game already. And I also can't get over how much energy he expends rebounding the basketball. He goes all out on the boards every single night.
On the free throw, no good. The Phoenix Suns weren't terrible at home by any means last year. They ended up over 500, but Greg, they weren't quite dominant enough at home to get in the playoffs.
That's a great point. I mean, they finished the year +3 in terms of wins at home. Not bad, but not good enough when you're talking about that Western Conference.
And here are the Suns now after the Sixers pick up 2. Morris, no good. For Philadelphia, they've gone 2 of 3 here to start out the game. Covington dishes to Thompson. He feeds it to Roten. Back to Thompson. 5 to shoot. Drops in the tray. Thompson's got 5 points so far.
You know, when you talk about the Suns, their play at home sums up their season. When you are just above average in the West, you won't be in the playoffs. You've got to be really good at home to make it in the West in the playoffs.
Morris. And he drops it in from the low post. Morris has got his first points of the night. Philadelphia's gone 1 of 2 from long range in the first quarter. First quarter play and just over 3.5 minutes in. Covington kicks to Thompson. No good on the triple.
And Phoenix had some turnover issues at home last year, but overall, and to drive this home, they just were okay here in this building, and that's not going to cut it.
Morris, no good. Now let's send it over to Doris Burke, who's able to talk with Brett Brown.
He told me that they'll have their work cut out for them looking to score inside with the elite shot blocker and defender Tyson Chandler patrolling the paint. He said he was the Defensive Player of the Year for a reason. He's got length, mobility, toughness, and the want to. He brings effort and communication defensively, and you can't forget about him at the other end either. An improved shooter, and he can definitely finish. Kevin, a ton of respect for what Chandler brings to the table.
Thanks again, Doris. Here's Cannon, pass to Stauskas. He kicks to Cannon. Noel. Wallace goes in. Len grabs the board. Suns trailing. Outside Knight. 1:35 left to play in the first quarter. Here's Warren. Yes, and Knight with the assist that time. Warren's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3. The 76ers have gone 50% from the field, hitting 3 of 6 since the opening tip. Well, T.J. Warren had a very interesting start to his NBA career. Spent most of the first half in the D-League, and the second half, Clark, he finally got some minutes and really provided a spark.
Yeah, you know, he doesn't have great range on his jumper right now, and he's not an elite ball handler, but he's one of the best cutters in the game. Moves well without the ball, so I think his future is bright nonetheless.
Here's Weems. 76ers getting the bucket. A clear look for Warren. With nobody on him, he buries the jumper. Warren's got 5 now.
And back and forth we go. That bucket gives us another lead change.
Too many of those to count. These teams have matched each other shot for shot, play for play. It has been impressive.
Cannon from long range. There's Embiid. And there's the bucket. Staying with it on the offensive glass, getting it done.
And that's a great play on the backboard for him. I mean, it's what we expect. All his second chance points do not come by accident.
Plan a screen. Kicks it to Warren. And it's Noel with the rebound.
Tell you what, he can be really frustrating as a shooter. All you can do is grimace because he just can't find the range.
It's a 4-second differential between the shot clock and game clock. Cannon kicks to Wallace. Embiid. Guarded by Len. Cannon from long range. And good on the basket. Book it. Cannon's got his first 3 points of the game. And here we go with Brandon Knight. And in the game with Dallas, he did not play well. Here's Weems. And that one's on target from the wing. That's the end of the first quarter and not much scoring. It remains close. 76ers on top, up by 1. And don't go away. We'll be back momentarily.
Tune in for a scary night of basketball. Halloween in the NBA. DeMarcus Cousins and the Sacramento Kings hit the road for a duel with the Los Angeles Clippers. Live this Saturday night.
So far, it's been a closely contested game as we get the second quarter up and going. And guys, what's your take so far in Philadelphia?
Just almost an intimidating factor when you're able to go out and consistently come up with the block shots like they have defensively.
Well, what happens is shooters begin to start looking for the shot blocker, and it does intimidate them.
Phoenix looked to be on the verge of making it back into the playoffs last season. Ultimately, though, Greg, they faltered in the second half of the year.
Yeah, it was a 3-team race. And after coming up short in 14, the Suns had the edge early. As you said, Kevin, they simply couldn't keep things going in the second half of the season.
And a chance here presented by Gatorade to see who's on the floor. All fueled up and ready to go for the start of the second quarter. Taking a look at the 76ers. They've got Nerlens Noel. Isaiah Cannon is out there with Tony Wroten. Then there's Grant, and it's Holmes in at the 4 slot.
You know, guys, the Suns went from the 8th seed to finishing 10th in the West. I mean, it would have been a tough task for them to stay in the race, particularly after all the trades. I mean, their team was in transition.
And when you shake up a roster, as the Suns did last year, it's hard to keep pace. They ended 6 games back of that final playoff spot, but that all happened after they decided to shake things up.
And good on the second, so he makes them both.
Listen, playing Western Conference teams is never easy. And for the 76ers last year, it got downright ugly. Some games against the West, they just didn't stand any chance.
He used that pick to get in close. Clark, this tug-of-war game continues.
You know what? And they just keep flip-flopping the lead again and again and again.
And, guys, that's lucky number 7 already in this game.
The feed to Weems. That's good. The assist that time from Knight. Weems got 4 points now in the quarter. On a blowout for Philly last year against the West, as you talked about. Greg only managed to take 6 wins in their 30 games. Clark out of conference.
And Kevin, that was tied for the fewest wins against the West in the league. But again, no surprise with Philadelphia because they really were focused on developing young talent there.
Shot clock at 5. Here's Cannon, and fouled hard that time. He'll get to the line and shoot 2. It goes on Brandon Knight.
Wow, he got whacked on that one. Shouldn't be much debate there.
Blatant contact, straightforward call, simple.
And that one falls for Cannon. The 76ers might have dodged having the worst record in the league last season, but they didn't dodge having the worst road record last year, Clark.
They could not dodge that one, Kevin. Just 6 wins on the road, but that was pretty much expected considering the youth and inexperience of this team.
Here's what Phoenix has got going on right now. Chandler comes in for Alex Len, and it's P.J. Tucker in for Sonny Weems.
And for the 76ers, they weren't a good shooting team in general. And on the road, it got real ugly. They shot under 40% as a team on the year away from home.
A nice shot by Tucker. Lucky talked about a back-and-forth game. This is the definition of that.
Yeah, no doubt about it, Kevin. I mean, not even through the first half, and it's been one heck of a battle.
You have to love these kinds of games, scoring-wise, keeping everybody on their toes.
Roten, the pass to Cannon. Cranes the three-pointer. Cannon's got 5 points now in the quarter.
For the Sixers, just a brutal start to last season. 17 straight losses. They did get their first 4 wins of the season as a road team, though. As bad as they were on the road, at least they had that going for them.
Philadelphia's gone 3 of 6 tonight when they've let it fly from downtown. Pass to Holmes. Grant. Rebounded by Tucker. And we're now a little over 2.5 minutes into the second quarter. Right side, Knight. And misses it off the right side of the rim.
And that's the shot he has to take.
Exactly. That's the right look. The decision was good. He just didn't execute.
Goodwin kicks it to Tucker. He passes to Goodwin. The dish now to Teletovic. Feeds it to Tucker. Phoenix needs to get off a shot. Teletovic's shot is good. Teletovic has got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball. For Philadelphia, they've gone 2 of 4 shooting the ball here in the second. And in the second quarter, a little under 3.5 minutes played already. Cannon kicks to Roten. 5 on the clock, and the whistle blows. It's going to be on Mirza Teletovic. That is his first foul of the game. And Philadelphia making a change here. Okafor dishes to Thompson. Here's Covington, and the shot counts. He's fouled, and it's a chance for a 3-point play.
He was the first one to react to that miss. Excellent anticipation on his part. A hustle play on the putback by him.
And guys, let's get your take on the scoring breakdown for Philadelphia.
Boy, the 3-point shot has really been dropping for him early on.
And also another aspect of their game that's been super so far tonight is how they've been sharing the basketball.
You know, the Phoenix Suns played well overall last season, but they still couldn't match up against some of the teams in the West. Had a hard time with in-conference battles.
And Tucker kicks to Booker. Another 3 for Phoenix.
I like the offensive awareness to exploit that lack of coverage on that play.
Philadelphia's gone 1 of 2 on 3-pointers here in the second quarter so far. And for the Suns last season, Greg, they ended with a record 21-31 against the Western Conference. It's something that you can point to, Greg, as a reason they failed to make the postseason.
Great point, Kevin. And the big problem for the Suns were the other Western playoff teams. Only went 8-22 against the top 8 in the West.
And how about that for a response.
Well, it sounded as though, or at least it looked as though it sounded like, we'll give you a 3, and then we'll take it right back.
Morris, he's covered by Landry. No good from Booker.
Something that's kept this game close is the fact that the rebound stats for both teams are almost identical.
The battle to a standstill on the boards has really been something to watch, and the game's not over yet. We'll see if one of these teams maintains more energy than the other going down the stretch.
Clock is at 3. Here's Covington. The shot no good. Philadelphia's gone 4 of 8 tonight from three-point land, shooting 50% on the 3-ball here. 55 seconds left in the first half. Bledsoe outside. The pass to Tucker. Back to Bledsoe. Suns moving the ball around. A nice shot by Booker.
Well, I like the way they're sharing the ball, and Bledsoe right in the middle, spreading it around.
They time it right. They can end this quarter with a 2-for-1.
And that's how you want to end the quarter.
Okafor sets the pick for Roten. Shoots off the screen. And the 76ers tack on 2 more.
That was an outstanding pick that gave him the room to bury the jump shot. Underrated, but not undervalued.
Morris with the screen for Bledsoe. Dishes to Booker. And a great assist by Bledsoe as that one goes in. Booker's got 13 points. 76ers trailing. Now Roten. 6 points for him. Passes it to Covington. Trying to come right back with the 3 of his own, but it's no good. Here's Booker. No good. And we're through the first half of basketball here, and what's been a good one. Suns lead by 1. Stay with us, folks. We'll get back just after halftime to start the third quarter. Welcome back, everybody. The start of the second half getting underway. Both teams battling hard through the first half. The 76ers shooting has been beyond great up until now. How about 57% from the field overall? Bledsoe is out there with Booker. Then it's P.J. Tucker. And it's Chandler. And it's Morris in at the 4-man position. They're the group for Jeff Hornacek starting the second half. Philadelphia last year struggled in a number of ways, Greg. The big one was they couldn't make shots as a team. Very basic.
Kevin, lowest field goal percentage in the entire league, and by a wide margin. To get any wins when that's the case.
Offensive rebound. Count that one. The 76ers trail by 3. Roten with it. He has 6. Back to Okafor. He dishes it to Covington. Good on the triple. Covington's got 5 points so far.
And, you know, the Sixers did end with the lowest field goal percentage in the league. Shot just under 41% on the season. Easily put them in last place, and you can't win if you shoot that poorly.
Bledsoe. And Booker kicks to Bledsoe. He feeds it to Morris. No good on the 3. Philadelphia's gone to the three-pointer 11 times tonight and nailed 5 of them. Covington passes to Roten. Pass to Covington. He kicks it to Okafor. Down to 5 on the shot clock. And there's the feed to Roten. Free throw line jump shot. And so he draws the foul on the shot, a trip to the line to shoot 2.
And you don't ever want to get into the habit of letting the offense get to the rim.
Yeah, I couldn't agree with you more. I mean, that's the message they were sending with that foul. Nothing easy inside.
The 76ers shooting their 6th and 7th free throw attempts tonight. And that drops, so they now lead by 1.
And guys, you would have hoped the 76ers would have improved over the course of the season, but really their shooting got worse after the All-Star break, dropping below 40%.
John Lure, he's checked in for Phoenix. He's off on the second. And for Carl Landry, he powered his way through the league a few years back, but somewhere along the line, Clark, his game kind of topped out.
His best season, Kevin, he averaged 18 and 7. I think injuries have been a factor, but last year was down to 7 and 4 his game averages, so he's starting to slide.
Here's Thompson. 8 points for him. Kicks it to Okafor. Pass to Roten. There's the dish to Covington. Ball's knocked loose. Out of bounds. Phoenix takes possession.
Kevin, a look here at how the Suns ranked in the NBA last season. 6th in steals, 11th in scoring, and they were in the top half of the league in free throw shooting. Not bad, but room for improvement.
Yeah, but you touched on their steal ranking. I mean, really a reflection of the quickness and awareness on the defensive end. They gambled some for sure, but overall, I like the approach they brought at that end of the floor.
Philadelphia's gone 1 of 3 from downtown since halftime. Feeds it to Landry. The pass to Roten. Back to Landry. Banked in off the glass. And the 76ers lead by 1. And Clark, a great competitive game so far.
Yeah, tit for tat. I mean, back and forth, plenty of lead changes, and excellent play.
And from the look of it, this one could go right down to the wire.
Booker dishes to Bledsoe. There's the pick. He passes to Tucker. Off the left rim and out.
And listen, sometimes even the best of us are going to miss the easiest of opportunities.
Roten kicks to Covington. Now here's Roten, guarded by Bledsoe. And he gets it to go. Now it's a 4-point 76ers lead.
And guys, the Spurs coaching tree extends pretty far these days. Coach Brett Brown, another former member of the Spurs staff, to be leading an NBA team.
And first time out of the game called for Phoenix. Well, Greg, for Brett Brown and the Spurs connection, he was an assistant in San Antonio for 7 years, was really indoctrinated into how the Spurs conducted business. Clark, before coming to the 76ers.
Yeah, he's got an interesting accent, too, a mix of Boston, Australian from where he grew up and where he spent a lot of time, but no doubting his passion and his coaching ability. He's good in both.
He was actually a head coach for Australia for a while in international play. Joel Embiid, he's checked in for Philadelphia. Wallace comes in for Carl Landry. Bledsoe outside. A double team Bledsoe. Dishes it to Warren. Hits the jumper in space. Warren's got his 3rd basket of the night right there. For Philadelphia, they've gone 3 of 6 in the 3rd quarter. 50% from the field. Embiid, the pass to Roten. There's 1:47 left in the 3rd quarter of the game. Thompson inside the line. Tyson Chandler pulls it in. Chandler's got 5 rebounds tonight. Here is Bledsoe. That's tipped. An even 3-on-3 break. Now here's Roten. Thompson sets the pick for Roten. Passes it to Covington. All alone. That one a little long.
Well, you know, they're in the lead, but he's still been frustrated from an offensive standpoint.
And Booker kicks to Bledsoe. And unable there to get the go-ahead bucket. The 76ers lead. Covington dishes to Thompson. Roden. There's 48 seconds left here in the third quarter. 6 on the shot clock. Now here's Thompson. He's tightly guarded. That is good. Thompson's got 10 points. Phoenix has gotten blank from three-point land so far in the third. Still 0 for 3. Bledsoe passes to Booker. There's 25 seconds left in the third. And here's Thompson. 10 points for him. He dishes it to Roden. Embiid with the screen on Bledsoe. Roden, no good.
Ill-advised shot there, Clark.
Yeah, exactly. That was lower than low percentage.
The third quarter comes to a close. 76ers on top. They lead by 4. And we're coming right back after this break to get the fourth quarter underway.
Bring your costume. It's Halloween in the NBA. Stephen Curry and the Golden State Warriors go up against Anthony Davis and the New Orleans Pelicans this Saturday, 10:30 Eastern Time, 7:30 Pacific. Thanks for joining us again as we get set for the fourth quarter. A terrific game so far. And so here's Phoenix, trailing by 4. On the court for Philadelphia to start the fourth. Nerlens Noel is out there with Okafor. Then it's Tony Roten. Then it's Hollis Thompson. And it's Grant in at the 3 spot. And a moment to look at the scoring approach in terms of where the points are coming from for Philadelphia.
So far, they've turned in a fantastic performance from the three-point line. It's been a weapon all game.
And I also love the way they move the basketball. Their passing has been outstanding here in the second half.
The first one falls. Watching P.J. Tucker, he does all the little things for you, plus some big ones as well ever since he came into the league. Clark, he's been a tremendous glue guy.
Yeah, he's a Velcro guy. You don't want him handling the ball a bunch or launching a lot of threes, but he's physically imposing, and he gives you what he's got. You know the effort is always going to be there with him.
And the 76ers making a change here. Covington's checked in.
And talking about P.J. Tucker, he's really played the same role the past 3 seasons. Excellent inside-out defender, tremendous rebounder for his size, and he really plays within his limitations, taking only shots he can make and also not turning the ball over.
And it's Okafor missing. The Suns trailing. Morris a screen. Knight kicks to Weem. That's good. The assist that time from Knight. Knight's got 4 assists in the game.
Wow, the fans are really getting their money's worth tonight. What an entertaining ball game.
Up to this point, Greg, it's been almost impossible to separate these teams. I think this one's going to be close all the way.
He feeds it to Covington. He kicks it to Roten. Thompson. Clock at 6. Tries from 10 and blocked. And that's out of bounds. Philadelphia will retain possession. The 76ers making a switch here. Knocks it loose. Here's Roten, and it's good with time running down on the shot clock. And the 76ers lead by 1.
You know, it's funny. We talk about glue guys like Tucker being instrumental to winning the championship, but it's really about trying to find the best guys at what they do. And a case can be made that Tucker is one of the best in the NBA at what he does.
No one covering.
And that's another assist for a team that is putting on a clinic on how to share the ball.
And I love the mentality that they've had. If a shot isn't there, they're not forcing it. They're moving it side to side until they finally get the one they want.
Thompson for 3. Phoenix grabs the miss. Chandler's got 6 rebounds here tonight.
But still, eventually, you got to feel like he'll start knocking those down again.
Booker dishes tonight. Another 3 for Phoenix.
It seems that every pass they make is leading to a score here. I mean, that's just exquisite ball movement.
And that's because the ball is looking for the best shot, and it's really paid off for them during the run.
Out to Thompson. And all around the rim that time before dropping in.
He's fortunate that shot found the bottom of the bucket. It wasn't the highest quality look.
Suns leading by 3. And the Suns call time.
And on the bench for the Suns, it is Jeff Hornacek, probably one of the tougher coaches in the league. He'll bend your ear if you make mental errors.
A moment to check in with Doris Burke. Doris?
I was able to listen in on what Jeff Hornacek had to say to his team. He told them, this is it, fellas. Let's hit them right out of this timeout. Put some pressure on them. Show them how much you want it. Let's go get it. Guys, he's really exhorting them to give them a burst of energy.
And as always, Doris, thank you. And Tucker kicks to Chandler. Pass to Booker. Fires the 3. They grab their own miss. And there's the foul. It'll go on P.J. Tucker. That's foul number 2 for him. And Philadelphia calls time here.
You know what? I think he thinks he can make a few improvements to how things are going on right now.
Yeah, and you know, coaches always are looking for ways to tweak things and change it up a little bit, no matter what the situation is. That's what coaches do.
And over 2.5 minutes in the books here in the 4th. And for Coach Hornacek, Greg, you learned from one of the toughest coaches as a player. You know, several trips to the finals. And you know this guy well, Clark. Jerry Sloan was the guy that molded Jeff Hornacek.
One of the outstanding coaches in the history of the NBA, Jerry Sloan. Although Hornacek saw all that success in Utah, this is a homecoming job for him because he started his career in Phoenix.
Here's Roten. Thompson outside, just 5 to shoot. Covington.
Defensively, though, much improved here in the second half. They've limited the open looks, making them work for everything.
Knight into the lane. Morris outside. Back to Knight. On the wing, Chandler. And Robert Covington picks up the foul. That's his first foul. The 76ers making a switch here. Okafor's checked in. Look at the clock. A little under 3.5 minutes gone here in the 4th. The feed to Booker. 6 to shoot. And the call will go against Hollis Thompson. That's his 3rd foul of the game.
I mean, I like the call. I thought the defense was just there a little late.
Yeah, it looked like it. I mean, he kind of slid underneath as he got to the spot, too.
Here's Booker. Back to Chandler. 6 on the shot clock. Okafor with the steal.
Yeah, first turnover of the game. Overall, though, he's been rock solid.
Clark, they've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a little bit of cottonmouth here. Dry spell for sure.
Covington shot is off.
Well, if this game comes down to the rebounding battle, they'll be the ones coming out on top.
They've had a strong game on that front, Clark, no doubt about it.
Okafor, high post. Kicks to Roten. Poked away. And here's Covington from the arc. Tyson Chandler pulls it in. Chandler's got rebound number 9 now. What an effort here tonight. Knight into the lane. Tries to snap the cold streak. And yes, sir, that one drops. And the Suns lead by 5. And Philadelphia calls time here. They trailed by 5. We've got 1:28 left in the 4th quarter. Eric Bledsoe checked in for Brandon Knight. We've got 1:28 left in the fourth quarter of this one. Landry, a screen on Bledsoe. Now Roten. Landry with a screen for Roten. And there's the foul. Will go on P.J. Tucker. And that'll be his third foul so far. .114 left in the fourth quarter. Roten. And it's Phoenix with the rebound.
You know, that mid-range jump shot is not his strong suit, even when he gets a good look like that.
And Bledsoe, here we go. Leads him in there. Chandler. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up, and 2 shots coming up.
All the officials are all over that one.
Clearly a foul. I mean, didn't give him any choice but to blow the whistle. I mean, you got to play without fouls.
And let's take a moment here to get your guys' take on scoring so far for the Suns.
They keep piling up the assists, and they haven't cooled off at all.
Something we've also seen them doing tonight is getting the long ball to go down. Big points from outside.
And he can't get the second one to drop either. Coming up empty that time. Stolen by Tucker. Can't hit from in close. Chandler's shot. Good.
Yeah, well done to finish that one.
50 seconds left in the fourth quarter.
It's going to be tough for him here, but maybe, just maybe, it's not over yet.
Cannot afford any empty possessions. They've got to recycle everything, partner.
Chandler with a screen for Bledsoe. Morris outside. Back to Bledsoe. Suns moving the ball around. Clock at 6. Morris outside with the shot. And there's Bledsoe on the assist by Morris. And the Suns lead by 9.
I don't want to say they're trying to run up the score here, but they do keep adding to the lead.
Well, I know you don't want to say it, but I will, partner. I mean, they're trying to run the score up here. It's plain and simple. They're trying to throw salt all in that wound.
Seconds left here in the fourth quarter. Here's Cannon. Count the bucket. Knight with it. So it's Phoenix picking up the win. It was up for grabs right until the final seconds clock.
You know what? They showed their character in crunch time, though, doing what had to be done to send these fans home happy.
And that'll wrap it up, folks. For Greg Anthony, Clark Kellogg, and the rest of our wonderful 2K Sports crew, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. Now let's check out the Jordan Player of the Game.